That's the way it goes. Come on, Erich. Give it up for Erich.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Annalene. I'm half German and half Irish. That means I drink a lot. But I'm very disciplined about it. And you know, my parents were very liberal white people, and they wanted to give us black names. So they named their first child Nelson. And they named their second child Winnie, which is normal, I guess. It's a strange name for a boy. And then I came along, they didn't know what to call me. So the gardener's name was Erich, so they called me Erich. Names are important, you know. One of the most common names, actually, in black American culture, this is true, is the name Unique. But they spell it about 100 different ways. Y-U-N-I-K, unique. Because it's got to be unique, right? And you have to give children a good name, otherwise how are they going to get a Gmail address? I mean, I feel sorry for the kids who are called Sandra 1985. You know, couldn't their parents just give them a proper name? Sandra 1985 at Gmail address, at gmail.com. In the future, what's going to happen is we're not going to get birth certificates, we're just going to get a Gmail address. So my daughter comes to me, I've got 3 kids. My daughter comes to me, she says, I want a cool name like my brother. Why can't I have a cool name like my brother? Miles. I mean, we call him Miles, but his real name is Mile High Club. I said, listen, you know, you call yourself Jackie, but we gave you a name. We spent a lot of money on that name. We spent a lot of time trying to find that name. Why can't you just call yourself Jackie, but why can't you call yourself what we named you? Jacuzzi's a perfectly good name. People say, you've got 3 kids, what are they? Boys, girls? I say, I've got a boy, girl, shock. And that's because I had a vasectomy after the second child. But I didn't know this, and this is true. Apparently, the vasectomies don't always work. And sometimes they turn the babies black. Sometimes. So, little vasectomy, she's cute, eh? I mean, we call her Vaz, and because she's black, we had to give her one of these like long, complicated African names, you know. Ngizalwe ngomnyama. Which is the Zulu for vasectomy, apparently. I did not know that. I did not know that. This is indigenous knowledge. You know, we, white people especially, don't believe in indigenous knowledge, but the translation of that is, my father is a black man. That's indigenous knowledge. Even indigenous people knew that vasectomies don't always work. It's amazing. So I was up in my flat and the gardener was there. I don't even know we've got a gardener. We live on the 4th floor. But you know, my wife, I love my wife. She told me to tell you that, by the way. She's very, very loyal. She says, we keep the gardener. Okay, we've had him for a long time. So he comes in, he waters the pot plants, he sits, he has tea. He's often there when I'm not there, actually. And little vasectomy, she loves him. You know, it's almost as if he's her real dad. It's amazing. There's so much love in this country, don't you find? It's amazing. She even looks a bit like him, you know. But he's a nice guy, I guess. He's there where I'm not there. But you know, I've been married now for 15 years. It's a long time, eh? A round of applause, 15 years. 13 years is a long time to go without sex. No, it's actually, it's not like that. You know, it's not like that. My wife has a lot of sex, just not with me. No, it's not like that, really. But 50% of being married is just shouting, "What?" from the other room. That's 50% of being married. And then I thought maybe I should go and get my ears checked, you know? So I'm turning 50 next week. So I'm in my late 40s, technically. My very late 40s. Very, very late 40s. So I go to the audiologist, and the audiologist sees me, it's fine. And then they give me the hearing aid. And the moment they put on that hearing aid, it's amazing. Hello, can you hear me? I was fine 30 seconds ago, but now that I've got the hearing aid, now it's, how much can you hear? And then I realized, glasses make you look cool, but hearing aids, I'm no longer sexually attractive. Let's face it. Never in the history of anything has everybody said, get out of the way, I want to go for that guy, check his hearing aids, etc. Like, what is that? If you've got glasses, you're sexy. Hearing aids, not so sexy. What is it? The guy can't see his own dick, but as long as he can hear me moan, I'm okay. And like, what are we going to be saying? She's going to be going, like it's not that important to hear that stuff. But apparently it's very sexy to be able to hear somebody moan. I did not know that. So I figured, look, if I'm going to be sexually not very attractive anymore, maybe I should just flirt with the audiologist. He's a good-looking guy. I mean, I'm straight, but you've got to start somewhere, right? But it's amazing, they can actually tune the hearing aids with a Wi-Fi. They're connected to a Wi-Fi machine. It's amazing. And they actually got my wife to read a list of words into the voicemail, and they can actually tune it to my wife's voice. So now I don't hear her at all. It hasn't made any difference. All my guy friends, they want to know where do they get these hearing aids. But I can still hear my children screaming, so I need to get that sorted out. But is anybody getting, who's married here? Are people married? Isn't that fantastic? And who's getting married? Are you getting married? Are you really? That's so exciting, eh? The weddings are exciting. The weddings are a bit like the beer advert. Have you ever seen a beer advert? Everything is glamorous, everything is fun, everything is beautifully lit, nobody wears hearing aids. It's amazing. Marriage is a bit like the bar. You go into the bar, there's 4 middle-aged guys, overweight, waiting for the women to come. There's nobody coming. You're on your own. Exactly like marriage. There's nobody coming. You're on your own. And the reason we get married is because we want to call somebody my wife. And the only reason we want to say that is, this is the person I'm allowed to shag. That's why we get married. We human beings, we are very keen on knowing who's shagging who. We want to know that. It's very important to us. I don't know why that is. This is my wife. This is the person I'm allowed to. I don't shag her because we've been married now for 15 years. This is the person I'm not shagging, but I'm allowed to shag. Perfectly acceptable to say that, by the way. This is my mistress. The person I am shagging, not allowed to say that. Everybody wants to know, not socially acceptable. And it all starts with friends, right? It starts with, this is my friend. So this is the person you think I'm shagging, but we're actually not shagging. Then there's my friend. We're totally shagging, but it hasn't been very long. And also, she doesn't want you to know that. She's my friend. And then we get to friends with benefits, right? But that's not, this is still my friend. And that's how it escalates. Isn't it weird? So, I think we need Monogamy the sequel, don't we? Like, where we can be open about who we're shagging and who we're not shagging. And I was going to end this set on a really strong note. And I wish I could remember what that was. But I totally forgot. So thank you, Adeline. Have a lovely evening.